All right, yogis, so we can come into child's pose this morning, unless, of course, that doesn't serve you. You can always lay on your spine or take a different pose. So coming into child's pose, big toes touch, knees can go wide, and you lengthen your arms on your mats. If you need to put a block underneath your forehead, go ahead and do that. If you don't have a block, maybe a book or even a pillow or blanket if you need that extra support. And just let yourself start to connect to your breath as you arrive to this space. You can feel pressure there on your pineal gland, the space between your eyes. Maybe you move your forehead left and right, maybe not. Maybe you like to take a few cleansing breaths. Inhale as much as you can through the nose, feel your chest expand. On the exhale, just open your mouth and let it out. Feel your jaw soften. And let's do that 2 more times. Breathing in. And please start to find your ujjayi breath as you breathe in and out through your nose. Just start to feel that connection of your breath. Think about taking 2 more full deep breaths. Maybe you start to bring your palms to touch and thumbs toward the back of your neck. You don't have to. Set an intention for your practice. Something for you, something that means something for you. And on an inhale, let's lift up into tabletop pose. So from here, we stack our hands underneath our shoulders or walk the hands a little bit forward in front of you, knees underneath your hips. You can let your hips sway side to side. Taking any sort of intuitive movement, you could pat your mat, paw it like a cat. And when you're ready, finding those cat-cows. So we press down and inhale up. Exhale, chin to chest. Move through a few more with your own breath. Helping warm up your spine. You can add in anything that you like. Looking over the shoulder on an inhale, exhale or not. Forming up those compressive vertebrae joints. Inhale, find cow pose, and exhale to child's pose. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, cat pose. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, cat pose. Exhale, child's pose. Pause here for a moment and find that breath. Knees might go real wide. You might tent your fingertips, lift the palms up and press fingertips into the floor. You can move your left shoulder toward the floor and your right, getting a little bit of movement there in your scapula, or you could just be remaining still. Inhale up to cow pose. Exhale, cat. Taking your fingertips and rotating them toward the knees, stretching into your wrists. You can do one hand at a time or both hands. It's up to yogi. Palm down. If you did one hand, switch hands. And gently release that. Take the counter posture, back of the hands to the mat, fingers face your knees. You can bring the fingertips in towards your palm, one hand or both hands. If you did one hand, switch hands. Gently release that, tuck the toes and sit back on the heels. Of course, if you ever start to feel any sort of nerve pain, release that. Start to lift up in your lower diaphragm. Remember, it's like that lock. If you have to use the restroom, there's nothing around. So lock that space, mula bandha, interlace the fingers, and press the palms away from you. Lift up through the sides of your body and try to lengthen your arms the best that you can and reconnect to your breath here. Keep pressing palms away. Think about lifting the pinkies toward the ceiling. Inhale, lift the hands all the way up. On an exhale, find goddess arms. Inhale, reach through the hands to the ceiling or to the back of the room. Exhale, goddess arms. One more time. And then release. You can pat the toes out and take a cleansing breath. Turbo dog. Let's tuck the toes and send the hips up to the ceiling. Bend the knees. Hands walk away from the body. Hips are lifting up high as you press into the fingertips and take a few breaths. Keep pulling the belly into the spine, and you can walk this out or you can stay where you're at. Look between the hands and float back down to tabletop pose. Take the right hand, reach it forward and pull it back, finding some arm circles. Be mindful of that shoulder joint this morning. Take it in the opposite direction. In your own time, right hand reaches up to the ceiling. Try to find your alignment. Lift up out of that left wrist and twist open. On an exhale, right arm through left arm space. Inhale, back up. Exhale, reach it through. Inhale, back up. Exhale, reach it through and plant it this time. Right ear to the floor or to a block. Left hand could walk toward the top of your mat. If you'd like to add on, you can. You can take that left hand over toward the right side. You can take your left out to the left side. Or you can take that left leg behind you if you're working strength. It's up to you, yogis. Take another breath or two. And gently start to release the pose. If you took that left leg out or back, bring it in. Left hand to your face. Re-reach the right hand up to the ceiling. And let that right hand go down to meet left. Take your left leg straight back. Toes touch the floor. Pick that left foot up. Point the toes. Keep the pelvic floor level. So if I put a block here, I'm not opening up to the right where the block would fall off of my waist. That's what we don't want. So here, lean yourself forward, sunbird bows. Keep the elbows in close to the body. Inhale up. Exhale down. Chest touches the floor maybe. Press into your fingertips. Keep squeezing that left thigh. A couple more. One more. Inhale up and take the left leg over to the right. Cross the midline. Toes touch the floor. Look over that right shoulder. Move that left knee up and down. Take that left foot further over toward the right and sit down between your heels. Shoelace pose. Gomukhasana. You could sit on a block, or this left leg could be straight out if you need that. Inhale, reach the hands up overhead. Side body bend to the right. Right hand down, left hand up and over. Inhale through center. Left hand down, right hand up and over. Inhale back up. Both hands reach overhead. Right arm under left for eagle arm. Cross the elbows and cross the wrists. If that's not happening, just keep squeezing toward that space. Lift the fingertips up and try to level the shoulders. If one feels a lot higher than the other, bring them into alignment. The best that you can and breathe. Yogis, if you'd like to bow forward, go ahead. Inhale back up. Release the arms. You could reach arms overhead. You could goddess the arms or not. And then we're just going to shift ourselves forward, back into downward facing dog. So I turned on my mat so you could see me a little better. Downward facing dog. You could just totally abandon the pose and just bring yourself into down dog if it's a little complicated. Take a few breaths here. Float down to the knees. Take that left hand, reach it forward and back. Find a few arm circles. And take in the other direction. When you're ready, lift that left hand all the way up to the ceiling. Find the alignment in your shoulders. Breathe in, reach up. Exhale, bring it through. Right arm space. Inhale, back up. Exhale, brings it through. One more. Taking the fullest breaths you can. Full inhale, full exhale. Left hand goes through right arm space, left ear to the mat. Right hand can walk out nice and long. Take a few breaths here. And remember, if you're adding anything on, go right ahead. Gently release. Right hand slides into your face. Right leg comes in. Press into the right hand and reach your left hand all the way up. Left hand meets right. Right leg extends back. Toes touch the floor to make sure you have that internal hip rotation. Pick that right foot up. Point the toes. Keep the pelvic floor level. Shift forward and exhale down. Sunbird bows. Inhale up. Press into your fingertips when you go down and when you lift up. The mound of your first finger, about 2 more. Do the best you can. Any amount counts, even if you're going down a little bit. And take that right leg over to the left. Look over the left shoulder. Move that right knee up and down. And now we're going to sit between the heels, the best that you can. If it's not happening, then just uncross your legs. Sit down. Right leg's on bottom. Left leg's on top for Gomukhasana. So we're on the other side. Inhale, reach hands overhead. Left hand to the floor, right hand up and over. Inhale, hands up through center and take the side body stretch to the other side. Inhale, hands up overhead. Exhale, maybe you goddess the arms. Any intuitive movement that you need. And then release yourself. Oh, we got to do the eagle arms. Left arm under right. Feeling your fingertips lift up nice and high, if possible, leveling out through the shoulder. You have the option to bow forward. And then gently release. You can bring the hands over yourself and into downward facing dog. You can take any intuitive movement. If you like to walk the down dog out, go right ahead. You could have stillness. Maybe you like to take a big old cleansing breath. So breathe in your nose and then let something out. Let's look between the hands, come up as high as we can to the tippy toes. So if we want to practice like arm balances and other things, we have to establish this deep connection to our core. So we're just going to try something. Some of us might want blocks underneath our hands. Let's come high up to the toes. Lift, flex your right foot. So your toes came off the ground. Now put your toes back on the floor and flex your left foot. So the toes came off the floor. And put the left toes back down. Let's try and do this as we come to the top of the mat. Flex your right toes, shift forward, point the toes, lift up. Flex left toes, move that leg forward, toes to the floor, lift up. Flex right toes, lift the foot forward, high into the toes. Now some of us need to start to bend our knees. Halfway lift. Forward fold. 2 more with your breath. Fill the lungs. Inhale, look forward, lengthen the spine. Exhale is the fold, bend the knees. Belly's touching your thighs. Relax the head one more time. Inhale, reach the hands all the way up overhead. Palms touch. Hands by the side. Take a moment, take a breath. Inhale, hands overhead. Interlace your fingers and release your first finger. So it's going to look like this. This is not really getting me. Find your axial extension. You're just getting really tall here. Squeeze your glutes. Press your hips forward slightly. Press your feet down. Draw your belly in. Lift up out of the waist. And tick-tock, just reach side to side. Lift up and over. Lift up and lift over. Come up through center and bend to the right. Push your hips toward the left. Bring your right shoulder forward. Press through your left heel and just look straight ahead. Inhale, back up. Get really tall again and take it to the left. Left shoulder forward, right hip forward. Press into your right heel. Engage your core. Inhale up through center. Inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, goddess arms, little bit of a back bend. Inhale, reach hands back up or overhead. Get nice and tall, twist to the right. Come back up through nice long spine, twist to the right. Reach your arms as far as you can. Right hand sweeps to the floor. Inhale, hands overhead. Twist to your left. Left hip points pulling forward. Inhale, hands overhead. Exhale, goddess those arms. Bring your scapula together and lift your heart bone up. Re-reach the hands. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift and step to plank. Hold the plank pose and shift forward on your toes. Think about cat shoulders so we hollow the plank out. Look to the top of your mat. Breathe. Come down to knees, chaturanga dandasana. One piece. Inhale, cobra. Forehead down. Inhale, cobra. Forehead down. One more. Really press the tops of your feet into the floor and squeeze your thighs and butt. Release down. Downward facing dog. You can go through child's pose or tuck the toes, lift the plank. Sweep your right heel back for 3-point. Internal hip rotation. Remember that pelvic floor, you kind of want to keep that neutral here for now.
Squeezing your thighs, pressing left heel into the floor. Press into your fingertips. Heart's going toward that left thigh. You're working inner thigh muscles. Right knee to nose for cheetah. Go forward on your left toes. Point your right toes. Knee to nose. Hold it. Take it out. Warrior one. Right foot steps between the hands. Inhale's going to lift you up. Left toes out 45 degrees. Push with that outside blade of the left foot. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bring the hands down. Practice coming into cheetah. Left toes forward. Press into your hands, right knee to nose. 3-point. Hold it. Lift the left heel up. Drop the left heel down. Lift the left heel up. Drop that left heel down. Keep that motion going. 2 more. Squeeze your thighs. Cross-legged down dog. Right leg behind left. Bend your left knee if you need to. Come up as high as you can onto the toes, downward facing dog. Left heel lifts right back. 3-point. Work the pose by using your breath. Go through your checklist. Squeeze your thighs. Press right heel down. Press into fingertips. Heart toward thighs. Belly and core engaged. Left knee to nose for cheetah. Go forward on right toes and hold it. Point your left toes. Press into your hands, think cat. 3-point. Warrior one. Inhale lifts you up. Bending into that left knee. Feel the right side of your stomach pull forward. Left knee is coming in towards your midline. Take another breath. Inhale, reach hands up. Hands frame the left leg on an exhale. Practice lifting back up into cheetah. 3-point. Lift your right heel up and bring it down. Up and down. About 3 more. Keep the best form that you can. Last one. Cross-legged down dog. Left leg behind right. Bend your right knee if you need to. Come high onto the toes, downward facing dog. Look between the hands, and then come up high onto the toes. Practice coming to the top of the mat. Flex right toes, high on right toes. Flex left foot, point left toes. High, flex right foot. When you get high and close, knee toward, forehead toward knees. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, hands all the way up overhead. Palms touch, hands to heart center. Hands by the side, and just take a moment, take a breath. Inhale, hands overhead. Right arm under left. Eagle arms once again. Sit down in your chair. Lift your right leg up high over your left. So right toes might be wrapping around the left calf. They might not be. Right toes might be touching a block on the outside of your left calf. Weights in your left heel. Pull your fingertips down this time and forward. Strength concentration. Release. Inhale, hands overhead. Take it to the other side. Left arm under right. You sit down low in the chair and lift your left leg high up over your right leg. The higher you get your left leg, the more room you have to sit down. If you feel like you're losing your balance, lean your spine back. Level up through the shoulders, squeeze everything into the midline. One day elbows over the knees and the center of the body. And release. Inhale, hands overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Bring the hands behind you for a bind. You can interlace the fingers or you can grab forearms, forward fold. Bend your knees so that your belly and chest is resting on the thighs. Tuck chin in the chest. Inhale up halfway. With control, release the hands to the right and to the left. Chair pose. If it's possible for you, thumbs and palms touch. Weights in your heels, knees are touching and squeezing together. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Take a vinyasa or go right to down dog. You can practice floating or jumping into your plank. Downward facing dog. Right heel sweeps up for 3-point. Right knee to nose for cheetah. Point those right toes and go forward on your left. Hold it. Longer than you want to. Take it out. Mountain climber prep. Right knee toward right shoulder. Hold it. Right knee toward right wrist. Right knee toward left wrist. Right knee toward left shoulder. Knee to nose. 3-point. Warrior one. Take a bind with the hands behind the back. Prepare for humble. Lift your chest. Exhale, bow. Right shoulder might come toward the inside of that right thigh. You look toward the belly button maybe. Inhale up halfway. Reach to the right and to the left. Hold the space. You can stay here, add a twist. Left hand to the floor or block. Right hand up. Awkward twist. Lift yourself up as you are for a variation of water wheel. Inhale, warrior one. Warrior two. Bending into your right knee, front heels in line with your back arch, looking over that right middle finger. Squeeze your left thigh. Concentrate on your breath. Keep the right knee bent, reverse it. Left hand could reach to the waist or to that left calf, right hand up. Back to warrior two. Side angle. Right forearm to right thigh, left hand up, or any variation that yogi likes. Inhale, warrior two. Straighten that right leg for triangle. Reach the spine up, look to the right hand and shift as far as you can to the right. And then bring that right hand down, open your chest to the ceiling. It's okay to bend your right knee, right hand to shin, block, or floor. Optional to take your gaze to the right and streamline left hand. Wide leg forward fold towards your left. Let your left arm guide you. All 10 toes face the left edge of your mat. Inhale halfway. Exhale forward fold. Any Pasarita Padottanasana that you like. About 5 total breaths. Keep the spine nice and long. Think about your heart sternum shining forward or trying to get your nose to touch the mat in the beginning. Push through the blades of your feet and rock the weight forward. One more full breath. Inhale lifts you up halfway. Bend into your left knee. Bend into your right knee. A little bit or a lot. One more time. Blocks could be under hands to make this more accessible. We bend into right knee. Runner's lunge to the right. Left hand down, right hand up, runner's twist. Stay here or pivot onto the blades of your feet for Soma Chandrasana. You could streamline your right hand. You could reach it toward the back foot. Runner's lunge. So you have options. Go right to down dog or take a vinyasa or pick this right leg up in the cheetah and then float it through a three-legged plank, high to low, up dog, down dog. Take a cleansing breath if you need it. Breathe in the nose. Exhale out the mouth. One more. Left heel lifts up for 3-point. Elevate the pose and bring left knee to nose for cheetah. Hold it. Point your left toes. Take it out. Mountain climber prep. Left knee toward left shoulder and hold it. Left knee toward left wrist. Left knee toward right wrist. Left knee toward right shoulder. Cheetah. 3-point. Warrior one. Hands go behind you as you prep for a bind. Even hands to waist is just fine. Humble warrior. Come into your pranayama. Breath control. Push to that outside blade of your right foot. Inhale up halfway. Release the bind. Hold the space. Add the twist. Right hand to floor block. Left hand up. Really work it. Pull your scapula apart. Bend into left knee. Inhale, variation of water wheel. Warrior one with the twist. Warrior one. Warrior two. Front heel shifts into alignment with back arch of your foot as you bend into left knee. Hold the pose and breathe. Reverse it. Keep the left knee bent. Back to warrior two. Side angle. Left arm to left thigh. Right hand up. Or deepen the pose. How you like. Inhale, warrior two. Press into your feet. Triangle. Lengthen left leg. If you got to bring the right leg in, go ahead. Keep opening your chest through the ceiling. Squeeze your thighs. Keep the spine long. Don't start to collapse. Option to streamline right hand. Right hand guides you into wide leg forward fold. All 10 toes face the right. Inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Take a breath or two here. It's okay to bend the knees if you need to. Try to lengthen, like you want to have your heart bone touch that edge of your mat. All right, yogis. So I'm going to turn on my mat just so you can see me. I'm going to give an option for a drill. Let's lower this. So if you have the range of motion, you can come onto your forearms. If you bend your knees, that's okay too. You can work this space. Otherwise, elbows are a little bit in front of you. Come up onto your toes. Press into your forearms. Bring the heels down. We're going to do about 4 more. Inhale up. Heels down. Heels up. Heels down. Having a good time. Heels up. Press into the forearms. Gazes between your hands. Heels down. 1 more for fun. Heels down. Lift yourself onto your hands. Bend into left knee. Bend into right knee. 1 more time. Runner's lunge toward the right. There we go. Left hand down, right hand up. Option to add Soma Chandrasana and pivot onto the blades of the feet. So I got twisted because I was showing a demo. You should be bending into your left knee, right? You can streamline your right hand. You can reach that left hand toward the back foot. Runner's lunge. Take your vinyasa, go right to down dog, or pick that left foot up into cheetah. Send it back, three-legged plank, find your vinyasa here. Downward facing dog. Take a few breaths. And walk the hands backwards towards the feet. Inhale halfway, exhale forward fold. Left hand to your waist, coming into extended hand and big toe hold. Yogi peace fingers can grab the right big toe, look toward the top of your mat, and stand up. You might keep that right knee bent, you might keep that right leg all the way out. Once you get here, leg can be bent or straight, but really work your standing leg. Believe it or not, standing leg is more important than right leg at the moment. If your legs are straight, squeeze both thighs. Flex those right toes towards your face. Option to open that right leg to the right. It's okay to keep that right knee bent, but you really want to work that standing leg. Push the foot into the floor to lift up. Root to rise. Squeeze your left thigh. If the right leg is straight, you're squeezing that leg too. Bring that right leg back through center. Do the best you can to bring your right hand to your waist and keep the right foot where it is and point the toes. Squeeze your thighs for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Right foot goes down to meet left. Inhale, hands overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Let's do the other side. Right hand to the waist, left yogi peace fingers come out to grab that left big toe. Start to bring yourself up to standing. And just notice how our balance might be a little different than it usually is or not. Extreme concentration. Open the left leg toward the left. Squeeze right leg, squeeze right glute, squeeze left thigh if the leg is straight. Left leg comes back in through center. Do the best you can. Keep the left leg where it is. Left hand to the waist. Point the left toe. Squeeze the thighs and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Left foot goes down to meet right. Inhale, hands overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold and walk it out to downward facing dog. Come out to plank. Hold the space. Right knee to right shoulder. Right knee to right wrist. Right knee to left wrist. Right knee to left shoulder. Knee to nose. Take it out for 3-point. Hold it. Left heel is up. Left heel to the floor. Left heel up. Heel to the floor. 3 more. Right knee to nose for cheetah. Hold it. Flex your right foot and try to put it between your hands. Drop the left knee, low crescent lunge. So here we are, yogis. We can grab the pointy parts of our elbow. Little side bend to the right. Little side bend to the left. Back through center, reach hands to ceiling. You can stay here or go for the back bend. Interlace fingers, release first finger, let your head go back. Lift up out of the waist and look back. Little sips of breath. Don't force it. Up through center. Hands go behind you, palms face away. Hinge forward.
Half splits. Press into your right heel. Try not to use your hands. If you use the hands, it's okay. Left hand down, right hand up. Frame the right leg, fingertips tent the floor now. Point the right toes into the floor. Bend into the right knee. Left hand down, right hand up. Tuck the left toes, lift that left leg up off the floor. A twisted runner's lunge. Soma Chandrasana, option to go onto the blades of the feet. Right hand can streamline. Right hand could reach toward the back foot. Right hand can go up. You can stay here or add a side plank. Right foot on top of left. Left knee could come to the floor. Take another breath. If you're in that side plank, bring that right leg back into runner's lunge and frame that right leg. There we go. Put your right hand where your left hand is. Left hand up to the ceiling. Warrior two. Reverse it, left hand down, right hand up and back. Warrior two. Straighten that right leg for triangle. This time, yogis, you can stay where you're at or you can add a bind in. Right hand on the inside of that right thigh, maybe. Left hand goes behind you. You don't have to. Keep opening your chest to the ceiling, keep your spine long. You can look up or look down. If you took the bind, you're going to gently start to release it. Here we are, triangle. Look at the right foot. Bend your right knee. Shift the body forward to half moon. Block could be under the hand. Left hand could be at the waist. You can look up or you can look down, but squeeze your thighs and flex that left foot. Taking another breath. Be mindful as you come into warrior two. There we go. Crescent pose. All 10 toes face the front of the room as you bend into the right knee. Hands the heart, twist to the right, revolve, angle. You can come down to your left knee if you need to. Option to open up the arms. Option to streamline right hand. Gently release yourself through center. Crescent pose. Pivot toward your left. Wide leg forward fold. So yogis, it's up to you if you want to stick an inversion here, if you want to do the drills, or if you just want to be in a forward fold, or any other intuitive movement. 4 more breaths. Inhale up halfway. Bend into left knee. Bend into right. 1 more time. Bend into left knee. Bend in toward right. Pivot to the right. Vinyasa or down dog. You can always practice lifting it up into cheetah. Left heel lifts up and back. Hold the space. Left knee toward left shoulder, mountain climber prep. Left knee toward left wrist. Left knee toward right wrist. Left knee toward right elbow. Cheetah pose. Flex your left foot. Place it between the hands. Drop the right knee, low crescent lunge. Yogis, if you'd like to come into a back bend, go right ahead. Otherwise, you can stay here and breathe and stretch that hip flexor. Inhale up through center. Option to grab the pointy parts of your elbow
Little bend left, little bend to right. Hands lift up to the ceiling. Hands reach backwards, palms face each other, hinge forward, pressing the left heel for half splits. Right hand down, left hand up for a twist. Left hand can frame this left leg. Tent the fingertips, point the left toes. Take another breath or two. Bend into left knee. Tuck right toes. Runner's lunge with a twist. You can stay here or pivot onto the blades of the feet. You could add a side plank in. Left leg on top of right. Remember, you could always come down to your right knee. Hips lift up nice and high. Left foot steps to the top of the mat for that runner's lunge. Look at your hands. Left hand goes where right hand is. Right hand goes up to ceiling. Warrior two. Reverse it. Warrior two in a side angle. Warrior two in a triangle. And if you'd like to add the bind, then go ahead. Or just work toward it. Press through the feet. Try to keep the spine long. Keep opening the heart to the ceiling no matter where you're at. If you took that bind, you gently start to release. Look at that left foot. Bend the left knee, half moon. Squeeze your thighs. Feel scapula pulling apart. Warrior two. Crescent pose. All 10 toes face the front of your mat as you bend into that left knee. Hands to heart, twist to the left, revolve side angle. Option to open up your arms or not. Release yourself back up through center. Hands can come down, frame the left foot. Option to pick it up in a cheetah or find a vinyasa. Meeting in downward facing dog. Look between the hands, find floating tabletop pose. Option to have right hand tap left shoulder. Try to keep your pelvic floor level. So again, you're not opening up. You can balance a block. Switch hands. One more time. Left hand down, right hand to left shoulder. Switch. Release knees to the floor, puppy pose. You could look between the hands or put your forehead on a block or the mat. You could keep the hands a little closer to the body. Taking a few more breaths here. If you have a variation you'd like to play with, you can go right ahead and do that. And then come all the way onto the belly. Alligator pose. Palm over palm.
Elbows out to the side to place your head in. That's it. Perfect, Shannon. You got it. Just palm over palm. You're going to lay on your belly and put your head right on your palms. Take goddess arms and slide your right knee toward that right elbow. You could look to the left. If it's too intense, look to the right. Release that right leg to meet left. Any intuitive movement. And take it to the other side. And then release that. Find an alligator pose again for a moment. Palm over palm, head rest. And we're gonna find half locust pose. So this is Cheryl's favorite pose. I'm just kidding. We're gonna bring the hands underneath the body like this. So you're still laying down just like you are, and bring the hands underneath you and have your pinkies as close as you can have them and your elbows as close. And if you're like, Brittany, like there's no way my arms are doing that, that's fine. They might be apart, but you're just gonna do the best you can. Now you look forward for the first couple parts, okay? Press into your hands, lift your right foot up. That's it. Try to keep the legs straight, point the right toes, and press into your hands. Yes, excellent, Kevin. Release that right leg and lift your left leg up. Press into your hands, lift your left leg up, point those left toes, and really squeeze the thigh. You're pressing into your hands so much, you're using upper back strength. Release that left foot down. We're almost there. Let's see if we can bring our elbows a little bit closer together. Remember, your palms are down like you're going to spike a volleyball. Now we're going to bring our mouth to the mat, but don't crush your nose. Lift up on the paws after you inhale. All right, here we go. Breathe in, press into your hands, and lift both legs up. Try your best to keep the heels as close as you can. That's it, Shannon. Keep pressing into your hands. Yes, lift. Yes, you got it, Cheryl. You can do it. Press into your hands. Yes, girl. Squeeze the thighs and lift up. Gently release down. Take a moment, take a breath. And so, Ashley, you might not have seen that pose before. It's really weird. So I'm going to demo it really quick. And if somebody wants to do a second set because you're that badass, go right ahead. Otherwise, just breathe like it's all good. We can go back to this on, the next class. All right, so just in case you were new, your hands are literally underneath you. So I'm going to get down, and then I'm going to bring my hands under me. And I'm going to get nice and close, and I'm going to spread my fingers real wide. Now I'm looking forward. My feet are together and my legs are straight. I'm going to squeeze my butt and my thighs, press into my hands and lift my right leg up, and then switch. And release. Now this part, your mouth goes into the mat, but you can't crush your nose. You still want to breathe, so mouth to mat, and then I'm going to press into my hands and lift both legs up. It's a suspended breath. So that means I'm going to inhale. And on that pause, I lift up and I only let a little exhale out. And that's a real important key to know. Here we go. And release. And then just take a moment, take a breath. All right. So just one more back bend for today and we're done. And you're going to feel awesome after you complete all this. So it's boat pose on the floor. You're going to bend your knees and grab the outside of your feet just underneath your toes. Knees are going to be as close as you can get them. Now, if this isn't happening today, you might need to just be here and work toward it. All right. Otherwise, palms are facing your butt. Knees are as close as you can. Lift up on the suspended breath by kicking into your feet into your hands.
You might rock, then you land, and you little sips of breath as you keep kicking your feet into your hands. Look up, lift up, little sip of breath, go up, kick the hands into the feet, and just release. Kick the feet into the hands. Take a moment, take a breath. Getting ready to end practice, let's push into child's pose. Might feel good to keep the knees together for decompression of that low spine. Hands go by the feet, palms up. And gently roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. And take a moment just to reflect and just to let the breath go back to where it needs to go. So time goes by so fast. We're just going to turn around and come onto our back. Be careful as you come onto the spine. And we can bring chin, sorry, there was a bug, knees to chest. You can grab the back of the thighs if you need to. Otherwise, don't cross at the ankles and just squeeze your knees toward themselves and pull them in. Think about lowering your tailbone. Look to the heart, but keep the head on the ground. Bring the knees over the hip bones and drop the knees toward the right for supine twist. If you want to get fancy, you could bring that left leg over the right and drop the legs, but you don't have to. I mean, it really is just what does your body want. You could look to the left and just start to soften. Inhale, back up through center. You can uncross the leg. Take this to the other side. Maybe that right leg goes over the left. You can always have a block underneath your knees. Come back up through center. Knees toward chest. Legs toward the ceiling. Don't worry about straightening them. It just feel good. Anything goes with the arms. Happy baby. Bend the knees. You can grab the outside blade of the feet. I think I talked about this last class, but if you ever need to take half happy baby, you can just release that one leg, like this demo. This is okay too. If you did do that, switch legs. If you're in happy baby, maybe you're lengthening your legs one at a time or both legs for straddle. Gently release the legs back to the ceiling. And at this point, Yogi, if you need any other movement, I feel like there's so much that we can do, but time just goes by really fast. And just trying to keep everyone safe through the postures. You can take that pose. Otherwise, just bring the knees back in toward the chest. And start to think about what that intention is. So you really have a lot of discipline to wake up and take this class. And that's a sacrifice.
And in yoga philosophy and for all times of ancient writings, there's always been a sacrifice of some sort. It used to be real barbaric, right? Like humans, like it's crazy. And then it went to like animals. And then it went to the ego. And so when we are sacrificing something, we can get something in return. It's just an exchange of energy. So what is that for you? Tighten all of the muscles that you can. And in a moment, let's exhale. And I always say, sigh it out as loud as you can, because you're filling your aura with the vibration that you're building up inside of you right this moment. Let's do it together. Tighten everything. Big breath in. And then just let yourself find your Savasana pose. You can lay on your back or your belly, your side. Let go of your breath now. Just breathe nice and normal. Start to soften your jaw. Soften your forehead. Soften your hands. Soften the eyes behind the eyelids. And let's just take a few minutes here together. In the beginning, the mind might wander, and that's okay. But if you stay true to your practice, one day you'll start to feel that mind just drift away as you float in the ultimate bliss of union with the divine. I want to be respectful of your time, yogis. So if you want to stay in Savasana, you could stay right here. Or you might need to have things to do today. So if you'd like to start to reawaken, you can reach the hands overhead or take any intuitive movement that you like. Maybe roll to your favorite side and pause for a moment. And make your way up to an easy seated pose if you like to. And once again, if you just want to stay in Savasana, you can stay right where you're at. Hands could be at heart center. You can slightly bow the chin or not, or lift the knuckles, the third eye. That's up to you. And let's just take a moment. And I ask that your heart be filled with love and patience and security and feelings of safety and well-being. Take a moment to send good healing vibes to somebody else.